What's going on, everybody? Chase on Two Wheels here for a simple but an awesome video. I've got this really cool product I want to show you guys that I'm super excited about, but what I'm even more excited about is the bike that I get to put it on. So I've got a really cool story to set all of this up, but first I want to show you guys the bike. You guys saw the thumbnail, so you know what it is, but let me go pull it in because it's my favorite. It's easily my favorite. So guys, what I have behind me is a 2024 Triumph Street Triple 765 RS Moto2 edition. This is one of 765, the engine, motorcycles, and it is perfection. But there is one mod that this motorcycle needs that I am going to be installing today. Before we get to that mod, you guys have to see this bike because it's everything. Let me get it on the lift and I'll tell you guys all about it. All right guys, we got this thing on the lift. Let me show you guys some of the details that you get in the Moto2 edition, which is already limited. I love everything. Check all this stuff out.
You guys know I love taking you guys on new rides, exploring bikes, and diving into this crazy online world of ours. But just like we keep our bikes safe, we got to keep our online journey secure. That's where today's sponsor, NordVPN, comes in. NordVPN is a tool that keeps your online activities secure and private. Think of it like a helmet for your digital life. Keep it safe. Where they come in really handy for me is when I'm going to all these bike press launches. I'm almost always in a new hotel, a new town, and always a different Wi-Fi spot. With NordVPN, I don't have to worry about who's prying on my connection or if my personal data is getting exposed to cyber threats. It's like having a security detail for my online activities. And the icing on the cake, changing my virtual locations to stream those exclusive motorcycle documentaries not available in the old US of A. So whether I'm uploading a new video for you guys or just chilling after a long ride, NordVPN ensures my online life is as smooth and secure as my rides. If you guys want to get in on this digital protection, lock in a 2-year plan plus 4 extra months. Gear up online at nordvpn.com/chaseontwowheels. And hey, if you're not completely sold yet, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. So thank you NordVPN for sponsoring this video.
Now, the most obvious thing is probably going to be this color scheme. There are two options for this motorcycle. There's this highlighter yellow one that you get the highlighter yellow gas tank. And then there's another one that actually gives you this color, but on the subframe, which is really cool, but the whole bike is white. I prefer this one very much. Next up, you keen-eyed observers are going to notice we have Öhlins suspension in the front. Now, in the RS model, you do get Öhlins in the rear, which of course you have here, but to get full Öhlins, you are going to need to get the Moto2 edition. Next up, if we go to turn the bike on, we are going to notice Moto2 little signature on the front. Moving from the screen to that top yoke, if you guys notice, we do have clip-ons on this model and not the handlebar. You get this incredibly beautiful top yoke on this bike. I love this feature so much. You guys can see here, this bike is number 495 of 756.
What did he say?
Number 495 of 756. I don't know if this top yoke is going to come through in the video for you guys, but it is gorgeous. Now again, I don't know if you guys will notice from the video, but the Moto2 actually does sit up the highest of all the 765 street triples. It has the tallest seat height, which is going to position the rider the most aggressive. And of course, you get more Moto2 badging here on the tail. Next up in the additions of the Moto2 stuff, you're gonna have these little carbon fiber bits here, as well as a carbon fiber belly pan. I really like the look of that carbon fiber belly pan. It really helps out a lot. And how could you not notice the carbon fiber front fender with color matched to the rest of the bike? So those are the pieces that are special to the Moto2, but after getting this, Jesse added a couple little things that include He opted for the additional front fairing. Typically that's not there. I don't know if I would have done that, but it does add a good pop of color up here. Next up, he upgraded the turn signals to these really low profile guys that you can just barely see. After the turn signals, he's got these little tiny mirrors. Now the mirrors that come on this bike I don't think are bad at all, but he's got the very tiny little flip out mirror there and has totally removed the one on this side. And the final upgrade is this thing. This is a phone holder, I guess technically, though I would not recommend this. Oh, and while this might not be a mod, it's definitely one of my favorite things. Check out this. He got Moto2 as a license plate. Props to him. So guys, with that phone mount brings me to the point of what this bike needs. Now, like I told you guys, I was getting ready to do a first ride on this bike, and Jesse was nice enough to allow me to do a first ride on his bike. And when I was getting the bike prepped up, like I do with all the bikes I do, we have a sponsor with Quad Lock, which is a phone mount for motorcycles. Now, typically with most motorcycles, I can figure out a way to get this working. So this is the thing I typically take on my first rides. It's just a clamp, a ram arm, and then that goes into my Quad Lock. I got it on a little vibration dampener here to make my phone camera not go crazy. But with this, there's no way to put it on this motorcycle. There's two reasons for that. Let me show you. So the first problem is we have clip-ons here with this module, which means there are no bars to clamp my little clamp to, and there's no real holding spaces that will actually work. Now, if this was a regular motorcycle that wasn't special edition or anything, Quad Lock makes a really cool thing for super sports that is this top little mount. I'll show you where this would normally go. Right in that fork stem, you can place this in there. Then you can expand these little metal things and it'll hold there. But with a special edition like the Moto2, it would be an absolute travesty if I did that and you guys missed out on watching this first ride with this beautiful top clamp on here. This bike is way too legit to ruin it like that. But luckily, there is a brand new mount that Quad Lock just released that when I saw this motorcycle, I was talking with Jesse about putting the Quad Lock on and I'm like, bro, this is such perfect timing. I don't even know how, I couldn't have even planned this. Check this out. So you guys notice over here on the brake lever, there are these two bolts, right? Now, on most brake levers, every bike is going to have those bolts there. Check this mount out. So Quad Lock just released this little brake lever mount, and as you guys can see, there's little adjustments right here. This, with these little spacers here on the back, will actually fit on top of your current brake lever guard, like the thing that attaches it to the bar, and that way your Quad Lock is low key and on the side. We're gonna get this installed today so I can take this thing out for a first ride. I'm just gonna leave this on the bike for Jesse to have, but this motorcycle is a perfect situation for where you need the brake lever mount for a motorcycle. So I'm gonna get this installed real quick and we'll see what it looks like. But first, let me get a couple shots and show you guys what the bars look like now so I can show you guys what it looks like afterwards. Also, the install process for this thing is so simple, I can do it with no problem.
Oh God.
You guys should understand what that means. Let's get it installed and see what it looks like. All right, so guys, this is what we're working with from the get-go. This new Quad Lock is gonna go on right over here. Now, Jesse asked me to keep this on because he's got a Quad Lock phone case coming in the mail, but I would love to get this thing removed, but for now we're gonna have to leave it. So it might get a little clustered up front, but it's gonna get better soon. Do not forget the vibration dampener if you have an iPhone. Absolutely required. All right, we got it on, got it secure, but obviously that is a terrible position. So you just unscrew this guy right here. You now can angle it up and down, and you have a little bit of pivoting to get it exactly the angle you want. If I'm riding, I kind of want it to be like right there. That lets me see the phone very well. And now with that one screw, you just tighten it and it locks it in that position. I like this little push button to be horizontal. It kind of like really irks me if it's not. All right, my friends, and that, yes! I love this quad lock mount. So from what I understand, a lot of like cruisers and stuff like that need a mount like this. And obviously motorcycles that you don't want to use that top yoke clamp or top yoke like expanding mount. If you don't want to use that and you don't want to mess up your triple tree, and also it's kind of hard to see your dash sometimes, but depending on the motorcycle. But this Moto2, on top of being an absolutely perfect bike, just needed this one thing, and that is what it needed. You guys check out some shots of this. All right, guys, you guys got to tell me, which mount do you prefer? Like this little, like look at this. Look at this clampy bullshit. Absolutely, there's no shot I'm putting my phone on that versus this lockdown thing with the vibration damper. Which one are you guys going with? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, you guys know what's up. If I have a sponsor on this channel, I'm doing everything I can to get y'all a discount. So if you guys need that quad lock mount, I got a link in the description for you. It'll give you a discount off. Make sure to use that because there is no phone mount I would use other than a quad lock. So yeah, guys, that is the brake lever quad lock mount on the 2024 Triumph Street Triple RS Moto2 edition. In my opinion, the only modification that nearly perfect motorcycle needs. You guys let me know what you think about that quad lock mount in the comments down below. And if you enjoy motorcycle content, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. I make a ton of motorcycle stuff here on the channel. Anyways, guys, I'm Chase. You guys go out there and ride safe. I got to go do a first ride on this thing. If it's not out when you see this video, it might be coming out in a couple days. If it's already out, I'll put a link down below if you guys want to check it out because I'm about to have me a good time. All right, guys, you guys ride safe, and I'll see you on the next one. Later. Bro, I mean, this bike is so good. Why you gonna trash it with this?